Welcome to Above the Garage.
Hi, friends. Welcome to the finale discussion of Pluribus Season 1. Let's do our round of introductions and dive in.
Hi, I'm Aubrey.
Hi, I'm Raquel.
Hi, I'm Tina.
Hi, I'm Kimberly.
And I'm Kate.
So the finale opens in the mountains of Peru on the day Kusamayu is going to be joined. It's taken them 70-ish days to perfect the chemicals to complete the joining of the 13 holdouts. And Kusamayu watches as the plane's flying in, looking real nervous, as she should be. Her former family's watching as she pets a goat lovingly for the last time in her life, until the cooler holding the chemical arrives and the gathered villagers start singing, giving the event kind of a ceremonial tribal feel, right up until she breathes in the fumes and changes. At which point, it's so sad. Every semblance of this tribal life disappears for good. It was, of course, just for show for Kusamayo, another culture gone. Without even a discussion, everyone just abruptly walks away from the village, releasing the animals from their pens on the way out. I found the scene so depressing, even if she looked very happy once her shaking stopped and she was fully joined. And then the kicker was the goat that she was just loving on, chasing after her to no avail.
No.
It was so sad.
Devastating. Yeah.
It was so fucking sad.
That cry that the goat did, I was like, my heart is shattering. I can't.
Yeah.
I know the animals in this whole world. I can't think about them. It's so fucking sad.
Heartbreaking.
It felt so cruel. Like that baby
Yeah.
goat is not going to be able to survive on its own.
No, I don't understand how they think they can just release pets into the wild and they're going to be fine. That's not okay, actually. You're killing them.
And even emotionally,
Yes.
they're so bonded to their people that have taken care of them, and it's just, it's so crushing. I'm really glad, though, that they're dealing with that because, like, we kind of talked about in the last one with the dog, I hadn't thought about this part of it. Like, I obviously thought about, oh, it's sad that the animals are physically, not being taken care of, but now they're losing their connection to their people that they've bonded with. And that is just awful.
Yeah.
Similarly to what you're saying, it's good that they showed it because it highlights how horrible the whole thing is. Like, they're trying to sell it to everybody that's not part of them just yet, especially Carol.
Right.
But you can see how, like, everything is for show. No one's really happy. Like, they're all pretending, they're just selling it to the humans the way they want to.
Right.
And then they're leaving all these animals alone, and it's not as good as they're trying to say, obviously.
And after the last episode that almost felt kind of like a honeymoon with Carol and Zosha, and you almost forget how terrible it is.
Yeah, exactly.
To come back to the reality of like, no, this is actually horrifying what's happening to humanity.
Human race, and Earth.
Right. Well, yeah, and this scene is very striking in that you literally see a culture just disappear.
Yeah.
It was very striking to me and very depressing.
And the way you said, Kate, the way the ceremony stopped, like the second they knew she was part of it, they were like, we don't have to pretend anymore for her.
Right.
We're done.
Exactly, yeah. It's really well done because I think it is meant to be intentionally that harrowing.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy to me that they're trying to sell like a literally brain altering chemical as something that, like, once you're in that state, oh, you're going to be so happy. How do you know?
Yeah.
You don't even have perspective anymore.
Yeah, you know nothing else. That's who you are. Exactly, you're done. Yeah, because you know your previous individual anymore.
Yeah.
You're not talking for yourself.
It's the drug dealer trying to sell you the drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Which I think Carol pointed out at one point.
She did, yeah.
In the early episodes.
What I thought, just because, as I love Severance, if I had a nickel for every time a baby goat on an Apple TV show devastated me, I would have 2 nickels, which is really weird, but it's not a lot of nickels, but it's weird it happened twice.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Similar shows as well.
Yeah.
When they were in the place where they all sleep last episode, and she was saying, there was that one doggy. And he obviously won't leave the owner's side. I'm surprised that there's not more doggies like that.
But maybe. We've only seen a small portion of the world.
I feel like there probably are, and we kind of speculated that maybe they just aren't wanting to, work with a million animal actors.
Yeah.
Well, they've definitely given us more animals because I think we were complaining about the lack of animals.
Yeah.
In the last few episodes there's been.
They listened.
Yeah, they did.
Bear Jordan, he was the cutest. But yeah, there would be so many animals like that.
Mm-hmm.
The stories that kill me are when like humans die and the animal like finds his grave and
No, I can't.
I know. I'm not trying to make everyone cry here.
Have you seen Archie, A Dog's Tale? I can't watch that movie. I watched it once and that was enough for me.
I've
I
seen
haven't.
clips of it,
Yeah.
and yeah, I don't want to.
Oh God, it's so sad. It's based on a true story too, so it's like it's even worse.
No.
Have you guys seen Good Boy?
No.
No.
Came out this year.
I haven't heard of that one.
It's really, really good.
Yeah.
It's all told from the perspective of the dog, basically.
Oh.
So the dog is like the main character of the movie. And I don't want to say much else, but
Okay.
there's like a little bit of a paranormal thing going on, but then you realize what it really is at the end, and it's really well done. You guys should see it.
Is it really sad?
When am I gonna cry? I don't think I want to cry right now.
You may cry, but well, we'll talk about it later because I don't know if I want to spoil it on this podcast for our listeners.
Fair. Got it. Okay.
Were you guys worried when they first started in Peru, though, that we were going to just see a bunch of other characters and other backstories and stuff and still not get to Carol and Manusas until like the last second of the finale?
Because every time I think I'm going to finally get to see them together, it's something else. And I'm like, fuck.
Yep.
Or like when I was so excited for Manusas like travel episode and instead it opens with Carol doing, I don't know, nonsense for 15 minutes.
Setting off fireworks in her cul-de-sac.
Yeah, that's it. But I was just so looking forward to the other thing that I was like, why? Why can't you just give me what I want to see?
Yeah, give us a taste so that we know it's going to happen or something.
Yeah.
But at least it didn't take long.
No, yeah.
Oh, really quick before we move on, did you guys notice at the very beginning of the Peruvian scene when she was looking at the plane, the music in the background was the theme music?
Mm-mm.
It was a slightly different version of that like weird humming thing they do in the theme. I thought that was cool.
Oh,
do you remember saying, they have this like vibe music all throughout the episodes? Because you feel like they have their own sort of like tune, if that makes sense. So yeah, it probably was that.
Yeah. On the topic of planes, though, I read an interview with, I think it was Vince Gilligan and Ray Seahorn, I think. Anyway, I didn't understand that the planes had helped spread the virus. I'm not sure how.
I said that.
Tina was right. Tina got it.
Yeah. How though? I'm just still trying to understand.
Are they fumes or?
Yeah, Tina said that they were spreading it because there was something like misting off of the planes when they were in the air.
Like
and you could see them in those
dusting.
lines. Yeah.
Right.
Good call.
Wow. Way to go, Tina. I did not gather that. I just thought it spread insanely fastly somehow from kissing. So thank you.
When the plane went up, they were spreading it then.
Yeah, that's what he said. Like at first it was spreading like person to person and then the planes did the rest of the work.
Not meaning in this episode, in like one of the, I guess it was the first or second episode.
It was the very first episode, I think, yeah.
When you see all the planes flying in like a kind of a pattern.
Because it did spread like impossibly quickly, you know?
Instantly, basically.
Right, yeah.
For some reason, the when they showed the plane like dropping whatever, it looked weird to me, and I thought something was coming off it. But I get maybe it was just.
Oh, you mean in this episode?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I think that was just like normal plane fume, maybe, but that's exactly what it reminded me of, which is why I was remembering to say this that I had not understood initially. But Tina had.
Yeah, very good.
Back in New Mexico, we see Zosha and Carol tracking the progress of Manusos's ambulance. The technology they're using looks like, you know, the shows where the military is about to strike a target, which makes sense since they said they were using military drones back in the beginning of the season. Zosha suggests she probably shouldn't be there when he arrives, which is smart, but I hate how Carol's already like fully Team Hive and not at all as excited about his arrival as I hope she'd be.
Yeah.
It made me so disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it made me worried that I wasn't going to enjoy the episode. I did end up enjoying it, but I was like, oh, please, like, fuck.
I don't think I did enjoy it. Like, certainly not as much as I was.
I don't think I did either, no.
Yeah, I kind of hated it.
Anticipated it, yeah, same.
I liked everything besides the that weird montage.
Oh, God, I hated it. I couldn't even look at the screen directly during that.
I thought it was like her maybe dreaming of like her book, like what she's gonna write at first.
I wish.
And then I realized it was actually, and I was like, oh fuck.
I know.
I mean, they really did just psychologically fuck her up fully. Like,
for sure,
them abandoning her for 40 days, like,
yeah. Well, it's not really, it's not surprising. Like, it's a trauma bond. clearly.
Yeah.
That's what a trauma bond is, Handmaid's Tale people.
Yes.
An actual trauma bond.
Yeah.
We should know about that.
Yeah.
Like she's alone. She's on her own. That she's vulnerable. All these, this woman who they've sent specifically because it looks like the character in her book.
Right.
To manipulate her.
Like it's an attractive woman. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's all planned.
They manipulated her perfectly.
Yeah, it's manipulative, yeah.
She needed to be broken out of that spell, which, we'll get to it, but
Right.
Yeah.
it was certainly very human, her reaction to like what was going on, I thought.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah.
And I think that's also contrast with Manus's having not contact with him at all. And that's why he's not no one has been able to get through to him. And they have done with everybody else.
I still love him so much.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
I love that man.
He's the best.
He is. He's crazy, but he's great.
He's crazy in the best way.
We need him to be a bit crazy.
I do think if he had gotten there like 2, maybe 3 weeks earlier, we would have been a different ball game.
Yeah, it would have been a different story, yeah.
Right. But like he kind of like hauled ass from Paraguay anyway.
Yeah.
He really did.
He did his best, Carol. Could you not hold out for another minute?
Yeah, exactly.
She didn't know he was coming, to be fair.
I know, but the sentence that broke my heart or angered me, I guess, was when she's like, I'll hear what he has to say and send him on his way. I'm like, you fucking asshole. He drove here for 3 weeks straight, almost died. Or more than 3. I have no idea how long he drove here. And it's like so fucking rude. It's even worse than Kumba. He wasn't as rude to Carol about it. Like his attitude about Carol was like nicer when he had her in Vegas for a night and was like, no, I need to talk to her. I owe her this. Like he was kinder about it than Carol's attitude about this guy in the scene. It really bothered me.
Yeah.
But that's why though she was in a place where she didn't want to hear him anymore. She just didn't want to break up
out
of this bubble, and she knew that was exactly what was going to happen.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's disappointing anyway, but you can see why it happened.
And then Zerja further expertly manipulates her when she's, I forget exactly what Carol said, something like, I mean, he's not dangerous. And then she gives her this like look that's like, and they're like, well, and so it's clear that she's implying that he is dangerous and he is to the hive, so she can get away with that. And then she's like, well, we don't think he'd hurt you. And so now she's got this immediate first impression that he's this dangerous guy. And of course he's wearing his fucking machete, so. Which
is so funny when he got out of the car, when he got out of the ambulance, when he gets there, he's like fixing his hair and like fixing his belt. Like he wants to look.
Oh no.
Yeah. He wants to look his best to meet her. Like
that was adorable.
Yeah.
It was really quite sweet. He really wanted to make a good impression.
He practices his lines as he's getting out too.
Yes.
Although to be fair, honking the horn instead of knocking on the door was not the choice I would make.
Yeah. He does a couple of rude things like the snapping too later.
Yeah. He does some things that don't help him, but yeah, he is adorable when he got out of the car.
I think the horn honking was really just because he was scared to approach the house, though.
Yeah, he didn't know what was he was going to find.
Yeah, I think he was probably trying to be polite or something. I don't know. I don't think he was doing it to be as rude as it perhaps came off to us.
This is why we need hay horns. Do you guys know about the hay horn?
What?
It's like it's kind of a joke commercial, but it's like a horn that you honk and it makes like a friendly sound. So you can honk it like a friend that you see walking down the street or whatever. So it like differentiates between like the rude sound of a regular car horn.
Yeah, that's funny. Because I drive by my friend Greg like a lot randomly in a weird place, but he's always honking at me and it still always throws me off. Like, what? Oh, hi, Greg. So Carol comes out cautiously, and Manussos utters the words he's been practicing for weeks on end, the adorable, I wish to save the world. It does not win her over like it did me, and they start arguing over where to talk, the house or the ambulance. He suspects there are listening devices all over her house, which I would also suspect, and she doesn't want to get in the ambulance with him because Zerja's implied he's dangerous. The battle of two stubborn people.
The way that Carol does dismiss his concerns about the stuff in the house, it's kind of like you can see how infiltrated she's gotten into this because she's not even
the whole episode. Yes, she's so dismissive of anything that could be like negative about them, and that is an insane thing to me. And she has evidence to the contrary. She was just watching him on a drone approach the house. They fucking surveil you. Why would they not put surveillance in your house? He is smart and you were being ridiculous. Oh, I hate it.
If day 1 Carol could see day 61 Carol or whatever, I think they would be very angry with each other.
They'd be in a fight.
They'd be in a fight, yeah.
I think that she just has developed this idea that they are treating her special, like that she's the one that they love the
Yes.
most, and they wouldn't do that to her because they really do care about her. And it's like, honey.
Oh my God, but
Yeah.
how can she be that dumb?
Yeah, she's been brainwashed.
She's been
Yes,
She's been
brainwashed.
They broke her with those 40 days of isolation.
Ugh, awful.
And to be fair to her, she also came from visiting Kumba. And, you know, she knows that they've all been like talking to each other, and she's the one that no one wants to talk to. So she's completely alone in the world.
She's fully isolated, yeah.
Yeah. And I suppose that would do that to her. Yeah.
I think it makes sense for her to go through this.
I didn't like it, but I think it was interesting to see how she also got manipulated and brainwashed, even though she was so strong for so long.
There's only so much you can take, mentally.
Yeah. I was prepared to be disappointed, but it was like more disappointing than I expected.
Yeah.
Like I knew there would be a little struggle, but I didn't think she was going to be quite so team Hive.
Yeah, it was quite crushing.
Yeah.
It's called She Wants the Pussy. That's literally all.
Yeah, clearly.
Yeah, I really didn't know what I expected when they came together, but that like almost juvenile slapstick kind, not really slapstick, but the way they were like with the telephone when she came out with the telephone and he took it from her and they were like fighting with it and he dropped it in the drain.
Yeah.
I know, I didn't know what I expected, but I was like, it was not this.
Right. Yeah.
Like with them childishly fighting over cell phone.
Had a bit of a comedy.
He makes these massive missteps though, like throwing her phone
in the drain.
Right. Like, okay, yeah, that would piss me off too. So, I mean, we wouldn't have started off as poorly, but I'd be mad.
The translation coming from the sewer though, that was so funny.
That was so funny. And the way the phone, whenever he would say Carol Sturka and it would go, unknown name or phrase, and then keep going.
It was more funny in the Spanish, by the way, the Spanish way of saying it, like, because it wasn't translated properly. It was like almost literal. It was really funny.
I was wondering that, like, if the translation was like how it was.
It was okay, but it was like fairly literal, which it was funny. Yeah.
Okay.
That's great.
I like when he says, like, what does he say? He says, I drove like 9,000 Ks for this shit, and it repeats it in Spanish, and he's like, shut your trap.
Yeah.
Shut your trap.
I feel like there were jokes for Spanish speakers and English speakers within all of this, because every time he would say something in English, or someone would say something in English, then the Spanish, like Raquel was just saying, the Spanish would translate and vice versa. So like the whole thing was just a comedy for everybody.
Yeah, it was very funny. They did it well.
And I did not, this is very stupid because I have a magnet charger, but I had not realized right away that the machete would attach to the phone.
Oh, like, how is he gonna fish that out?
Yeah.
Also, do we think he even knows, because he had such antiquated technology? I was like, does he know that that's going to work, or is he just trying to slide it out and then got lucky in it?
Yeah. That I had that thought too. Once I realized that I am stupid and hadn't realized it, I was like, wait, he knew that?
Yeah.
Right. So dropping it in the drain, that's it. That's over. That's the end for Carol. She goes back in the house and he smartly gets to work trying to rescue the phone from the drain. Cursing his way through that, he finally succeeds. And he uses it to tell Carol he'll give in as long as she brings an umbrella for their chat. She won't even get under the umbrella to talk to him and completely dismisses his entirely legitimate fears of them spying on her inside their house.
I think that part of this too, I was just thinking about this, is like, if Carol starts accepting what he's saying and agreeing with it, then she has to give up the denial and the act that she's been able to live in.
Her relationship, basically, at this point, like, she fully believes she is in a relationship with Zosha.
Yeah.
She's not able to, I think, at this point, realize that Zosha's just like play acting her girlfriend.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But she must know that.
She's smart. Like,
she does know it, but
I think she knows that, and she just doesn't want to give it up.
It's just aggressive denial.
I think it's the thing where, like, on some level, you know it, like in the back of your head, you know it, but you're like, I like the companionship.
Right.
So, I don't want to be without a person because that was miserable.
Right. I mean, that sums up like a lot of shitty relationships, right? Plenty of people do that anyway. They're like, okay,
exactly.
This is not ideal, but it's companionship, so I'm gonna
stay.
Put that aside and say,
Yeah,
that's true.
But I still don't like it. Yeah, so they're arguing over whether they're evil. I liked when she points out they won't even kill an ant, and he suggests it's evil to value a man the same as an ant. And then she echoes her best Lakshmi from the second episode, asking if he's even tried to talk to them, to understand them. Ultimately, they're getting nowhere, and Carol storms back inside. Manussos follows her this time, slowing only at the grave of Helen. And then that made me think about Helen. And again, it's been not that long since she was with Helen, and that's kind of sad too. Again, I'm not saying it's not understandable, but it's really only been 2 months since she was married to Helen, and it's just sad.
Yeah, I do think that.
And they were in a relationship for a long time.
Right.
Because on the phone, she says when you froze your eggs in 2011.
2011.
So,
yeah.
Oh, good memory, you guys.
Yeah, that's a long relationship.
Yeah.
Right. And to get to the freezing of the egg part wouldn't be that fast either. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's not instantly. Yeah.
A really long relationship, and you've moved on like this with a group of people. So weird. Group of aliens.
All 7 billion people in the world.
Yes. Oh.
I liked when that he asked why would the weirdos send him that video, because she should be thinking about that more too, because I feel like there's no chance they wouldn't have watched any of that. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes.
The caption, so they definitely watched it.
Right.
Yeah.
Good point. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is a good one.
There's just so many, the logic is very easy to put in her face right now, and she still is just refusing aggressively.
Well, she's just acting like Lakshmi.
Yeah.
Because she has somebody that she cares about now.
Right.
She might have been the same from the beginning if Helen was alive.
Yeah.
But the fact that she's not, and then she had that time to sort of be isolated and be very alone, it's more shocking to us, the viewers, because she's gone through that phases.
Right. We saw that.
But do you think she probably would have been the same as everybody else, where if you had somebody that you love so much that's part of the hive, it would be a lot harder to give that up.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's how she's acting now. She criticized Lakshmi so much about that's not your son. And then, when Sashi is shaking, she just reacts exactly the same as Lakshmi with her son.
Yeah.
Which is, again, is well done because it's upsetting to us and very disappointing. But
right.
It does make sense that that's how she's reacting. I don't like it either. I found this episode very annoying, but
yeah, it's disappointing for me. Manusos comes inside and searches her house for bugs. Doing dumb things like snapping at her, though, is not helping the situation. But ultimately, the only tracking device he finds is a sensor meant to alert Helen to Carol opening the liquor cabinet from back when they were harvesting her eggs. Zoja tells her this when Carol immediately calls to accuse them. She's honest with Manusos when she hangs up about it being her spouse not liking her drinking. And speaking of that, she wants a drink. She's already tired of this, so she kicks Manusos out and gives him the neighbor's house, which, of course, is not something Manusos is comfortable with.
I love when Carol snaps back at him, though, to kind of represent, don't do this.
Right. And then the no fingers, that was great. Great communication.
Also, the line, you cock block someone from their booze.
That's funny.
I like when she was telling him who put the thing in the liquor cabinet, and she was like, mi esposa, and then she didn't like my glug 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 glug. The way she did that with her hand was very very funny. I also thought it was funny how she was like, you know what, I'm tired, I'm going to bed, and it was broad daylight out.
Right.
Yeah.
She's putting this man to bed, and it's 3:00 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
To be fair, he probably needs the rest, but
right.
True, yes, but yeah.
He doesn't want to rest, bless him.
Yeah, he wants to get moving.
No, he wanted to get to work.
Yeah. I thought it was really funny when the snapping thing happened, and he was he changed his face and put this really fake smile, the hive.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah.
Oh, that was so funny.
And then she gave into that straight away. It was really ironic. He's playing you again.
Right. And he said please, and
I smiled. Yeah.
I find him to be adorable.
Yes.
I know.
He is.
What's the actor's name?
Carlos Manuel Vesca.
That's it.
Yeah, that's right. I really like Carlos. I think I don't think I've ever seen him in anything before, but I think he's doing a very good job.
I think he was primarily a theater actor before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I would go to the theater to watch him.
Yeah.
I'd go to South America to watch him in a play that I
know.
don't understand. Get Raquel to come translate it.
Can get that phone they have.
You have to go the way he came there, though.
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
I would do that, Kimberly. I would do that for him.
Make sure you bring a machete and some fire so you can
Get through the Darien Gap.
Yeah.
I'd be so dead, man.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? His entire outfit, it would be a really good cosplay with the ranger tan outfit with the machete.
Yeah.
Somebody should do that for Halloween. That's good.
Yes.
It's also interesting to me how we're learning all these little details about Helen's relationship with Carol that Carol didn't know about. Just things that Helen was doing or thinking, and the hive is revealing them to her, and it's
Sad.
a little sad, yeah.
It's sad that they know it and she doesn't. It's also sad in what it is that she was that worried about her.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but it's also kind of you can see both sides of it. You can see Carol being disappointed to learn that Helen was hiding all this from her, but also on Helen's side, she was struggling with Carol's addiction and Carol's behavior and
Right.
didn't know how to handle that. So that's really difficult.
Yeah. It's always been a theme that they've shown that she has a drinking problem.
Yeah. And that Helen was not too happy about that. Like, that's literally the first episode.
Right. And I forgot that, I guess, maybe. And now it's more at the forefront again that it was an ongoing thing that she had to deal with. They both had to deal with.
Well, and even in the first episode, when they did have that conversation, Carol was so flippant about it. You can just feel Helen's like disappointment or frustration with having to try to help someone she loves and the person just not taking it seriously.
Clearly a stale conversation or argument that they've been having.
It's also funny that Carol barely knows the name of her direct neighbor when she only has like 2 neighbors. She's like, Wilson or something.
Yeah.
That tracks though.
Yeah, it does.
It does. There's probably some commentary we could pull together if we had time about that, like
what that means.
How she didn't know, she wasn't aware of her own community and now she's desperate for companionship or something.
Yeah. True. Anyway, Carol leaves him without them getting anywhere and without her ever being very nice to him, which makes me very sad. So he tries a new tactic. He's going to find out everything he can about what's going on with Carol and everything else from Zosia. Smart. I love this pivot. It's very smart and very infuriating for Carol.
I knew when she told him that they can't lie when they're outside, I was like, it's probably for a reason.
Yeah.
I thought when she walked into the neighbor's house, she was going to find them fucking. Like, I really thought that he was going to go there. And be like, well, she would do it with anybody. She doesn't love you.
Oh, God.
I mean, he wouldn't do it, but yes.
No. Well, to make a point, Sin's a very stubborn man.
Oh, maybe. Maybe.
I hadn't considered that either. I had no idea what.
Your loudest noises, mate. Hello. He just instructs her to
be loud.
Give it a bit of a shot.
Yeah.
Make a production out of it.
Yeah.
It also was funny when Carol took Manusos into the neighbor's house where he was going to stay. I was like, there's no way he's staying in this house. Like, he would sooner sleep outside than sleep in that house because it's not, it's not his, it's not hers.
Yeah.
It's not hers to give away either.
Doesn't trust it, yeah. Well, that too.
Yeah, he doesn't trust it, yeah.
I did like she had a moment of self-awareness about that, though, because when he seemed uncomfortable, she said something like, we'll make it up to them or we'll do something for them if they ever come back.
Yeah, she said that would be a nice problem to have or something like that.
Yeah. So it's like she does understand
that they're still like I think she still got the awareness somewhere in the back of her brain. Like we were saying that like it's not right, but she's able to shut it off when she gets the companionship from Zosia and be like, she's mine. We'll see later when she has to struggle with like what word to use to define their relationship. But
well, but I mean also like she understood Manusos' viewpoint even without him really expressing it.
Yes.
That this stuff doesn't belong to us, so why are we taking it? Even though she's been taking advantage of it, it's like she was pretty quick to understand that. So
yeah,
it's not completely gone.
Right. I do think it was kind of emotionally smart too of Manusos to have, I'm not sure if that he was doing this intentionally, but to have that conversation with Zosia because it's proving that she's not singly attached to Carol.
Right.
Yeah, it was brilliant. Yeah, because then back now when Carol drags her back to her house, that conversation I think was probably one of my least favorite in the whole episode because she's so stupid. Like her refusal, she's like, no, I'm special to you basically. And she's like, no, you're not. We love him as much as we love you. And I just can't believe that even in the face of seeing that and hearing it, that she's still able to deny it or try.
That should have been it, yeah.
Yeah, that should have been it.
Doesn't want to give it up, does she?
Right.
Like the illusion of it.
I mean, she spent the entire previous episode trying to force Zosia to act like an independent thinker and to be an individual that she could love or that would love her. So now I think it's like she wanted Zosia to do that so that she could believe it. So now it's kind of all Carol's fault for making her act like that.
Yeah.
She gave them the thing she wanted.
The playbook.
They were like, okay, you want to sell it to me? This is how you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I did notice this episode, Zosia was better about, instead of we, it was I.
Yeah.
I do this. I think this. So I think that does help sell the illusion that she is separated from that and not part of it. Even though she is, like, we know she is. I think that helps sell the illusion to Carol.
Right.
Yeah. Which Carol asked them, like Raquel said, Carol asked them to sell it to her.
To
basically.
do it. Yeah. She did. Yeah.
She gave them the tools to brainwash her.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, she did.
It's just in the face of Zosia verbally telling her that was all a lie.
Yeah.
And her continual refusal to acknowledge that and accept it.
Believe it, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it upset her for the wrong reason. I mean, it upset her because it started to shatter that illusion that she's not my partner, my girlfriend. And we saw that because she struggled to find the word. She was just like, you're my,
Yeah, she couldn't find the word. Yeah.
you're my,
Right.
you know, she didn't have a word for it.
Yeah.
I think it's also, unfortunately, as hard as it is to watch realistic for people to go back and forth a little instead of like one thing changing them. It's like you kind of have that battle within yourself before you commit to a
Changing. Right.
Yeah.
So it sucks for us to have to watch because we're just frustrated by it. But I think that it makes sense for her to have the back and forth for one episode.
It's very human. It's also very selfish, which we've seen Carol is a very selfish person. So
yeah.
Realistically, she's doing the same as Kumba, because I mean it's very different. I think it's different, obviously, because he just wants to fuck and she's obviously been brainwashed. But realistically, that's kind of what she's doing. She's just using her, and I don't think she would do that, obviously. So that obviously tells everyone that she's been...
Right. I mean, I don't think she can say she's better than him at this point.
No, because she's still using Sasha for her own, enjoyment or...
And sex.
Whichever you want to call it.
Yeah. In the middle of Carol's outrage, Zoja abruptly and strangely lies down on the ground and warns Carol not to be scared, that something's about to happen. And then she starts to seize up. Carol races over to Manusos's, where his new hive dude is also seizing, and Manusos heads to the ambulance for his radio. He largely ignores Carol, accusing him of being psycho upon his return, and he stunned me anyway by yelling in this guy's face abruptly. And then he puts the radio set to the channel that he found under the guy's hands. He's learned his name in the previous questioning, Rick, and he tries to pull Rick the individual out of this guy's conscience. He's speaking kindly to him and in very good English, but Rick just keeps seizing until Carol blows a hole in the wall with the shotgun that I almost forgot about.
That scared the crap out of him. Like, I jumped out of my seat so far because I was not expecting it at all.
Right.
You get the back-to-back jump scares too, with Manuso screaming and then the shotgun.
Yeah.
And there's so much going on, like the noise of the radio, like the talking, like it's very chaotic. It was quite fun.
I do love like the whole way that Manusis is approaching this. I was so annoyed that he got interrupted because I was sitting there on the edge of my seat, like, what if this works?
Right.
Like, just keep going. This is a great idea.
Same. You would think that Carol, okay, whatever. I keep saying the same thing. So Carol's disappointing me, and I shouldn't be disappointed.
Harping on it, as the hive mind would say.
Yeah, but like he's being smart about it. He's trying something. Just give him a shot. You didn't. I mean, I feel like the idea that she must also have is that the individual is in there, and she does, because she asks later in the episode that the individual is still in there somewhere and you can pull him out. And this is the first time we've seen somebody try to do that.
And he went right to that too. Like, that was smart.
Yeah. He's so smart. I love this guy.
We also talked about the radio thing in an earlier episode, that maybe it was the cure code coming through
to reverse it. Yeah.
I didn't have time to go back and rewatch, but I think when he was in his little apartment doing the radio, listening to the radio signals, I think the first time it was almost very like Morse codey sounding. It was more like
it was like a ticking.
It was like a ticking.
It wasn't as intense.
Yeah, and when the guy was like seizing, it was not that noise. It was very like chaotic and erratic. So
even within the scene, it changed, because you could hear it go from that like staticky, wild sound
from outside to the ticking. Indoors. The closer you got to Rick.
Yeah, so I love that you could like see the wheels turning almost in his head through that whole scene. Like when he went to get the radio and he went to get the book, and then he was in his ear. I was so excited. I was like, he's gonna pull this guy out. I was so excited. Yeah. I was like, it's happening. He's gonna pull him out. And I thought it would be a really nice bookend from the beginning of the episode where we saw someone joining.
Converting.
Yeah. 1 for 1.
Yeah.
Stupid Carol. Why'd she have to interrupt that?
I know.
She sucks.
I almost felt like, when the guy gets in the car and then drives away, I thought he was going to snap out of it.
Yeah, but no.
But he didn't. Very disappointed again.
I'd like to see his backstory, because I'm wondering how he even thought of this whole radio situation.
Yeah.
Like, as far as we know, like, he works at a storage unit place, right?
Yeah.
Right. That's a good question.
But I guess he's using all this old tech in his life, like you see with the VHS player and stuff. So maybe he's just thinking about things in a way that
we don't.
A more modernized person would not
think
of.
Yeah. Or maybe he can have like knowledge about all of this stuff, but like depending on where you come from, like maybe he didn't have the opportunity to go to university, or like have a better job. Maybe he inherited that job, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean he doesn't have the knowledge, yeah.
Yeah, like he seems really smart.
It could be a thing where it's, your day job is your day job, but his passion is like
Yeah.
ham radio. There are a lot of like enthusiasts that are into radio or trains or tracking airplanes, and he's just an enthusiast, so he knows a lot about it, which I could see if your job is like, no, I don't think anybody's passion is managing a self-storage facility.
It must be really like boring as well. I mean, there's really not much to do. You're just sitting there.
So that's his, if it's his hobby, people get really into their hobbies.
Right. But yeah, that's a good, like, his backstory could be that's why he does it, because he gets the free time to do hobbies, and, the ham radio is in there, so.
But he also just seems like a person that takes things very seriously and is very dedicated to anything that he has to do or chooses to do. So like with the self-storage thing, it's like, that may not be like a passionate job, but because he's doing it, he's going to do it like correctly and to the best, the best way he can. So I think he just seems to approach everything that way in his life, which is, oh no. I need some of that. I need a little bit of that.
Back at Carol's house, Zosha comes around and the phone starts ringing. It's Lakshmi, of course, and Carol knows as much without needing Zosha to tell her. She opens with the greeting, "It wasn't me this time," and signs off with a "fuck you too." Zosha tells Carol they have to go again, of course, and we see Rick drive off, like you said. So obviously it did not work. But before Zosha drives off, she tells Carol that Manousis did warn them before he did whatever he did. That was sort of nice of her. Of them.
You're saying Manousis warned them about he was going to yell?
I guess. We don't know how he made the guy seize up, but that's how she used to do it, right? By getting angry?
Right.
Yeah.
So what does
how
that
would
mean?
he know that?
And how does he know? Yeah.
Right.
Maybe it has happened before. Maybe he did sort of, shout at them at the beginning and that happened.
Right.
He could have just been like getting pissed off, that's seemingly all it takes,
But then he wouldn't have given them a heads
warning
up if he was just natural.
Right. Just so you know, I'm getting pissed off.
Or maybe he literally just did what he did while we saw him and he went, "Rah!"
Yeah.
I mean, I do think now that I'm thinking about it, like we didn't actually see the conversation he had with Zosha. So he called her over there because he found out that they couldn't lie, right? So he could have asked her like, what happens if I do this? What happens, and then she would have maybe explained all of that to him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point.
Right. And I assume he would have asked a lot about Carol's experience over the past 2 months. Like, what was she like before? Has she always been? Have you guys always been together? Blah, 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 blah. And maybe she told her the whole tale of their...
Right.
Yeah. After Zosha's safely away, she lets Manousis out of the trunk she trapped him in. He doesn't care that the hive is going away, because now they know a lot more from what he's done. And he's convinced she's right, that they can bring people back to their individual selves and save the world, But unbelievably, when he asks Carol if she wants to save the world or get the girl, she drives off after Zosha. Ick.
One thing about the saving the world thing, though, that I was just thinking is like, when he first arrived, he wasn't as interested in separating them from the hive mind, right? Like he was kind of just like, let's just end this. And Carol was upset about that. But now it's like he's taking that seriously and saying, you know what? Okay, I'm going to try to pull them out.
Yeah.
He's working fast.
Yeah. I was really concerned at the beginning.
Well, I don't know if that's what he said, though. I think he did say, what if we can't do it, then we'll kill them. Like, what is they are the enemy, and that's when they were arguing back and forth. But I don't think he said I want to kill them straight away. I think he did say like we need because I think he mentioned that on her videos she said that there's a way of like reversing it, and he's like, I believe you.
Yeah,
that's right.
You're right. He did say, he was like, it was along the lines of, if we can't, because he said they're evil and they stole people's souls.
Right.
So I think to him, they're not people, they're soulless. So he was like, we have to destroy them, basically. I think
whichever way we can.
If we can't fix them, if
we can't find them, we can't, drive them away from these humans. Because I think, he mentioned that they are humans, and he's like, no, they're not human beings.
They're not human beings,
Yeah.
But I like how much effort he's putting into trying it now that he's thinking about it. Like, he's just been there for a day, and he's already like, let's try this. Like,
Yeah.
That shot of him in the trunk with his arms crossed was so funny. It was so good.
It was.
Like all petulant, curled up in the trunk. I was in the middle of important research and I got shoved in the back of this trunk.
Yeah. At first, it even gave me the impression that he'd gotten in there by himself, like just because he wasn't angry. He was just annoyed. He'd been like stalled. I don't know. It's so funny. He's so funny.
He's really good. The actor's not really good.
Yeah.
It's such natural comedy, too.
Like, there's something like really unique about it. Yeah.
The next montage is scenes of Carol and Zoja indulging in a luxurious vacation together, multiple locations. They're at the beach, they're skiing, and otherwise I was too annoyed to stare at the screen too directly, so let me know if I missed anything important before their conversation. Carol opens the conversation by asking if the original Zoja is in there somewhere with her, and the answer is no. Carol admits she is feeling inundated by all these happy chemicals on her little honeymoon with Zoja, right before Zoja massively missteps by telling her it's only going to get better, when she is forcibly joined to them. Finally, the eggs we've been discussing forever are in play. Apparently, it's not as easy as we thought to get stem cells out of her eggs, but they've figured it out, or almost figured it out, and they're going to force Carol to join against her will. The clock is really ticking while the hive's been distracting her with sex and vacations.
Even though they said like they wouldn't unless she said so. I'm supposing that was, well, is that still a lie then? Or is that like
The eggs aren't considered a part of her anymore because they're not in her, so they can use them. It's like, I think somebody related it to like windfall, like maybe Tina said that or someone said that like it's the same as an apple falling off a tree. Now they can eat it.
Now they can pick it up, yeah.
So now the eggs are not in her body, so they can do what they want.
Yeah.
But I guess would she physically have so she wouldn't physically have to say?
Nope.
No.
Okay.
It's the same way they infected everybody else, though. They, like...
Didn't get permission.
They just spread it, yeah.
If you can do it naturally, they're going to do it naturally.
Yeah. And then when she was discussing it with the sign initially and saying, you don't have my permission, just so you understand, they're like, we understand, Carol, we're not going to take anything from your body. Or something specifically.
I think Aubrey pointed that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I think it was more like literally taking it from her spine or whatever.
Yeah.
They wouldn't do that.
They speak very literally.
However, I still don't understand why she doesn't say, if you don't stop working on the stem cells from my eggs,
or give them to me. Yeah, like, yeah.
I'm going to scream at you until you all die.
Right.
Or something.
Yeah.
The way she threatened them before.
That's true.
She seems she was going to put a little bit more of a fight on that, yeah.
They would just leave her again.
Yeah.
That's true.
I don't know if she does it right there, though.
She could hunt them down, though.
And I guess they could just do that puffy thing with the sky, so...
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not even like a syringe. It's just air.
But I don't think they can convert to that way, though. Or can they? Presumably what they did with the gas at the beginning, with the girl. I think they probably did have to have her stem cells, right?
Yeah.
To concode that.
Yeah, she
wanted to.
She let them, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is an aerosol thing, which means they could just
do it,
waft it in front of her face, and she'd be done.
Wait, so now I'm confused. Like, if they did that in the beginning, how they just like threw it into the sky, then wouldn't they need everyone else's stem cells?
They didn't need stem cells for the people that it worked on originally. They just need them for the people that were resistant to it.
That didn't work on. Yeah.
Right, gotcha.
There's something more complicated about their, DNA or
biology.
They're immune in one way, yeah.
Right.
So now they have to create like a custom virus for each person that was not affected originally.
And that's why they need the stem cells. All very complicated.
In a moment of extreme wishful thinking, when she said it's only going to get better, and Carol had been talking about all these like positive, happy feelings, I was like, wait, have they been like testing product on her like up until now, and it's like sort of working, and that's why she's being such a fucking bad person? That's why she's being so disappointing.
I do think it's kind of interesting, though, that the happy all the time comparison from the hive mind virus to what Carol is like willingly and intentionally doing to herself by continuing to live in this fake relationship with Zosia, like that's kind of interesting to me, because in that moment when she's saying, "Oh, I feel so happy," how do you do this all the time? How do you feel like this all the time? And it's like, well, they've been telling you that this whole time,
right?
And it's fake,
yeah.
And that's what you're doing to yourself to create this false sense of happiness,
right?
So she's doing the same thing kind of to herself that the hive mind wants to do to her. She's just submitting herself to it.
Yeah,
but she's not seeing it that way, though. That's why when Zosia actually said, "Oh, like, well, it could actually get better," is when it like clicks in her head, of like, "Fuck, I'm letting them get to me."
Yeah,
like she's almost. I mean, she's obviously still an independent thinker, but in a way, she's joined them already.
Right.
Yeah.
By choice. Right. Yeah, it's interesting.
I did like throughout the scene how you could see both of their masks fall, and like Zosia, I think this whole time has been very good at playing her partner, like using the word "I," which Carol did tell her to do that, but she's been very good at playing that role,
keeping it up. Yeah.
And as the scene progressed, and Carol was asking more and more difficult questions, you could see like on her face the mask falling, and she was realizing, you could really see how manipulative the whole thing has been.
Yeah.
That was just a very good acting from on the part of the actress, I think. Like, she was really phenomenal in that scene.
Right.
Carolina Vidra, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, she's been amazing.
She was, I thought, exceptional in that scene as it progressed and really causing Carol to, snap out of it finally by seeing the manipulation.
Because you could see on her face she was struggling to.
Yeah, she was struggling to get the words out.
Yeah.
And another thing I thought of is, at the end when Zoja was like, we have to do this to you because I love you, which was very manipulative, right?
So manipulative.
But it probably, do you remember the episode where she talked about going to the conversion therapy camp?
Yeah.
That probably triggered all of that trauma again in her brain. Because
finally worked.
That's probably what that heard.
Good point.
What she heard at that camp was, we have to change you.
Right.
Because we love you, because I love you, because you'll be a better person.
Right. We'll fix you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. But it's a toxic relationship, right? Like you get people like partners that are abusive and they say, I do this because I love you. And again, the whole thing is just so in your face.
Toxic, yeah.
Toxic.
Yeah.
The fact that it's taking her so long to realize is just
that was the straw that broke the camel's back. I feel like when in any kind of relationship like that where it's very toxic, there's always like one thing, the straw that just breaks the whole dam, and you're like, okay,
that's it. It's all falling apart now.
It's all falling apart now. Yeah, the rose-colored glasses have come off.
Particularly with Carol having no other people to weigh in and say like, or this might not be healthy, like an outside perspective. She's got nobody doing that, or nobody that
I think Manusa's tried.
Yeah,
she has someone.
Yeah, right. But now that's why maybe it's helping, right? Because until that moment, she was left to her own brainwashing with no one to
completely alone. Yeah.
And prior to that conversation, she thought she was safe. She was like, I can't, they're not going to change me. I can't join.
Yeah.
Because they don't have my stem cells. I told them I don't consent, and she hadn't considered the eggs.
Yeah. She thought she had all the time in the world, and suddenly she was maybe a month. So
also, I find it a bit silly though for her to believe these things,
Yeah, of course. That's what's been so infuriating to me this whole episode. It's been so like over the top with the logic that's in her face and then her refusal to accept it. But yeah, I guess maybe it was the PTSD from, the camp that has helped.
Yeah.
On the 74th day, as Manousos is deep in his studies of a lot of scientific library books in English, this poor man has such an uphill battle, and it's not even daunting him. He's like, whatever, I'm all in. So he's got his dictionary out. He's still 100% devoted to saving the world. He comes outside when he hears a helicopter, which is delivering cargo to the cul-de-sac, before it lands, and you see it is Carol, with Zoja piloting, of course. They share a long look, but finally Carol hops off of the Zoja train. About goddamn time. Zoja lifts off, and Carol watches her go sadly before announcing to Manousos he wins. They save the world. He asks what's in the box, and the season ends with the words, atom bomb. A fun circle back to when she disbelievingly asked them if they'd give her an atom bomb if she asked them to. I don't even fully understand the plan for this atom bomb, but it is delightful ending.
I think it was a way of like her asking, because she had that, like, was that the first thing she wrote down on her board? Is one of them, like, it was very highlighted, like, they're crazy that they will give me an atom bomb.
Yeah.
I think that the fact that she probably did ask for it and they gave it to her, but like, yeah, this is the end now.
I'm thinking it's a threat that she's holding over them now. I've got an atom bomb, so you have to do what I want.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. I would have asked for a lot of weapons. I don't know that I would trust myself with an atom bomb.
I wouldn't trust Carol with it.
No. Yeah. But it's funny. It was very funny. This show has been very good at the drama and humor.
Yes.
I was very worried we weren't going to find out what was in the box, and that was going to be a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Oh God, I know. I was like, we know it.
I was like, if they don't tell us what's in that box, I was like, I'm going to be so annoyed.
Yeah.
So I was very glad when he asked and she said atom bomb. I was like, that tracks. That's very appropriate.
That's a much more exciting cliffhanger rather than being an annoyingly
what is it?
Yeah.
Annoying cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And they might never actually touch up on the atom bomb in the second season, but it's good that they brought it back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and I think she's the only one in the world who would use it. That's the other thing, right? Because like they have other ones in storage or whatever, but they're so anti-killing anything or anyone that they would never use it. So her having that is like a huge, I'm the only one who actually would drop this on you.
Yeah.
So yeah, excited about next season.
I noticed her wardrobe was quite different too when she landed out of the helicopter. Like, I don't know if she's worn black before, but I almost thought she was wearing all black. But they did include the blue, like it was like dark navy shirt.
Yeah.
But yeah, I wonder if because obviously blue has been like a massive part of the wardrobe. I wonder if they'll give her darker clothing now.
Which we only know because of your amazing collages.
Yeah, it's always blue, apart from last week. But yeah, I don't know. I just found the wardrobe quite interesting where they always had that blue and then
tone shift.
No,
Yeah.
it's black. I noticed her too. That's like the first thing I noticed was she was in all black, which is totally different than you've seen her before. She looked a little more like badass.
Yeah. She's been in very bright colors. Like remember the first episode was the bright yellow jacket. And even the sweater she was wearing in that last scene was very like bright and colorful.
Had loads of colors, yeah.
Yeah, that could signify kind of a tone shift for the character too.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I hadn't thought of that.
I hadn't thought about it either. Yeah, it's a good call out.
Good observation. Yeah.
Yeah, well, the only other time I noticed that I don't think she was wearing blue was when she had that conversation with Kumba and John Cena like the night before. Like she woke up and I feel like she wasn't wearing blue that time, and I thought that was going to be a bit of a shift because she's learned all these new things. I don't know. I find the wardrobe interesting. Jennifer L. Bryan is the costume designer, and I've enjoyed watching to see what changes and
yeah, she's done great.
There might be a significance about it, yeah.
Like Aubrey mentioned earlier, I love Manusos's outfit. In that interview that I read, the single interview that I read, it also said this was not the initial ending. The ending that they wrote in the writer's room was actually something to the effect of Carol slips Manusos a note that she's going to be like a double agent for them.
Huh.
But then when they were filming, Sony actually, they're like, you always get notes from the network, and sounded like that's kind of an annoying thing that they have to get. But in this case, I think Sony sent the note about the atom bomb. Could this be a better ending? And they listened.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So by double agent, you mean like she would still like pretend to have the relationship with Zosha,
Right.
but she would actually be working with him to.
That's a good idea, though.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll work.
I do find it hard to believe though that they're not like tracking her somehow. You know how he's trying to find something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe that they can't get her.
I agree with that.
I fully believe they have something in the house. I also think it's funny that, like, I mean, it makes sense for him to search, but even if I wanted to search my house right now for a surveillance device, I have 5% confidence that I would ever find.
Yeah.
Even if there were 10 of them in this house, I wouldn't find them.
You'd have to tear the walls apart. You'd have to take all the lights out, like, smash the bulbs. Like, it would be a whole thing.
Well, and they did construction on her house because remember they blew the front of it off with their grenade?
Yep.
Oh,
Good point.
It's probably in the wall.
So like they really could have hidden something in the wall. Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost certainly did, right?
But even like any device that she has, like the TV will have some port that can probably listen. Like
your telephone.
Yeah, the telephone. Well, as you
Her
said,
Alexa or whatever. Like
anything. Yeah.
Well, I think the double agent thing's a good idea, and maybe they'll still do that. Like, even though they ended with the atom bomb kind of comedic, impactful note, like maybe they'll still have her behave that way in the second season, because I think that could be cool to watch.
I did think it was a very good finale in the sense that there wasn't a gigantic cliffhanger.
Right.
Yeah.
And also all the fact that it is clearly teeing up Carol and Manusos teaming up to try and figure out how to fix people. Like, it's clearly teeing up something more exciting to come in season 2, I think. So
Yeah, but it feels like I feel like they could have done more with the episode to give that. Like, I'm now hoping like that, whatever we didn't get this season, we're gonna get next season. But I think I find that seasons that end like that aren't that good. Like, I shouldn't want a whole new season to give me all the answers. I don't know. I feel like we literally got nothing.
Yeah. It would have been nice if this had been the penultimate episode and we still had one more to watch them actually like working together.
Yeah, and there was a little bit more. I feel there's too many things unanswered. And even though I'm looking forward to the next season, it's a bit too much in my opinion.
It would be a lot easier if it didn't come out in like a year's time.
Yeah.
That's the problem with Apple TV shows.
Is it? I feel like Apple, apart from like Severance, that took forever. Like Slow Horses, they get a season every 3 months, I feel.
Oh, well, maybe, hopefully.
Severance is going to take forever again. And this is, I think, going to take forever.
Oh, no.
2027, right?
Oh, what?
Yeah, they said they're not even starting production until April
of
next year.
I thought that these big up because of the whole strike thing. I didn't think
Well, that's what they said, but clearly it was a lie. Like,
Oh no.
I had heard that Severance had like a lot of problems, whatever, in developing the second season.
I heard that too, like creative differences. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought that was a specific thing that maybe would be over now, but I guess it's still going to be a long wait, one way or the other.
I think it just takes a long time. But I know for this one, I read an interview where they said they're not in a writer's room yet for season 2.
Oh my God.
And they don't know when it's going to be. It'll probably be 2027 too, which is crazy.
Crap.
Jesus.
I think I've said this before on an episode of something, but I do think that the fact that we've got all these actors on TV now instead of actors that are typically TV actors is
Yeah.
probably
That's true.
making this take a lot longer.
The schedules are probably a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
They're also doing movies and writing and directing and doing other things.
Yeah,
Whereas it used to
that's
be
true.
like a TV actor would be, that's their job.
That was their job. They did TV.
Yeah,
That's their only job for however long it takes. So,
that's true.
and also shows are so much more, like production value on TV now is so high.
It's insane. Yeah.
But it's interesting though, because the seasons are much smaller. Like you used to get like 20 odd.
Right.
22 episodes in a year.
Whereas now you get like 8 if you're lucky. Like,
Yeah.
Which makes it even more irritating when there's a filler episode because you're just like, you only had 8. Can you
Yeah.
You had 8, yeah.
filler in a 20 episode season? You're like, fine, but
yeah, like exactly. Yeah. I found this with this show, I think it's really, really well done, but I did feel like there was a lot like meh, that could have been one scene instead of the whole episode.
Yes, I think they could have done more in this season. Again, it's a very good idea that this would be the penultimate episode and you get one episode of them working together.
Yeah.
Because that's all I wanted all season.
And discovering something, just a little something. Like now we literally have nothing for next season, which again, it is exciting, but like, yeah, it's a bit disappointing, really.
Yeah.
This show also has the unique issue of like, they have so few actors. I mean, the ones they have are great, but there's not a lot of other characters to work with. They have,
a handful.
We're cycling through the same like
Right.
3 or 4 characters every episode. And
Well, to be fair, they're only like one character, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, it's a total of like 3 characters because there's just the whole hive.
I am torn on that because I agree with you guys that it could have given us more of the things that we were on the edge of our seat for, that we were waiting for the whole season, hoping next episode.
Yeah.
But the pacing of it was established pretty early, so you kind of get the feeling of like, okay, this is sort of the wavelength the show is on.
Right.
Yeah. I feel like Vince Gilligan is also very good at that. I feel like his shows are quite slow paced,
Breaking Bad is like my favorite show. So
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember giving up on Breaking Bad season 1 like 3 times before I actually got into the show.
Yeah.
did you?
The season 1 it's very slow, yeah. But I think when you watch the whole thing and then you rewatch the first season, you appreciate it like more.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's happened to me. But yeah, I remember like everybody was like raving. I was like, I just cannot get into this show.
Yeah.
And it took me a few attempts to like get into it.
I've heard that from a few people actually, and then you're like, no, you have to just stick this fucking thing out. Trust me.
Yeah.
I had that problem with Better Call Saul too.
That was also slow paced,
Yeah.
Yeah, I gave up on that. I still kind of want to watch it, but like,
Oh, it's really, really good.
I know I've heard it is, yeah.
But yeah, it's slow.
The thing is, like, there's so many TV shows out there that are really good now. Like, I find it really difficult to like persevere with a show that's just not. I don't want to pick it up. Like, I don't want to watch another episode. I have to watch it.
Right. Yeah. I don't need to power through this. There's
I
other
have to
options.
force myself to. Like, when there's so many. Yeah, exactly. I find like I don't have
The patience.
wasting my time here. Yeah.
You can never get to all of it. There's so much.
Yeah.
All right. I guess that's a wrap on our discussion of Pluribus season 1. Come back in a few weeks for our next show. We're going to be covering season 4 of Industry on HBO Max, which stars Marisa Bella, Mai Hala, Kit Harington, and new this season, Max Minghella, our favorite gentleman from the first show we ever covered, The Handmaid's Tale. Thanks for listening.
bye.